Well, one of the things we want to do with the Rebound Southwest Florida is to show you that even during a pandemic, there are still stories of hope out there. You're about to meet a man who was depressed and felt isolated, but he reinvented his situation by taking a chance and going down a new path.
Many of us have had a moment in our lives like this. Different roads intersect, and we have to decide what we're going to do. Which direction will our story go? As Brian Marin stood here, there was never really any question.
This world now, unfortunately, there's a lot of negativity, and I just want to turn that negativity to a positive sign.
That's his path now, but it hasn't always been that way. Brian was born in Puerto Rico, and when he was an infant, his parents noticed he suddenly began losing weight.
And it got to the point that I ended up in a coma, and they rushed me to the hospital.
Doctors told his family he had type 1 diabetes, but he could live a normal life as long as he took care of himself. His family moved to Florida when he was 12, and he fell in love with cars. He eventually started working in a repair shop.
When I was in my early 20s, I became basically like a workaholic.
And like a lot of people his age, he didn't always make the healthiest choices. What made him different was his diabetes. Very quickly, he started to lose his sight.
And they diagnosed that one nerve out of my left eye was getting detached.
Surgeries didn't work, and by the time he was 28, Brian was blind.
I lost my self-esteem, I lost hope, I lost love. I basically didn't want to get out of my house or my room. I didn't want to eat. I didn't get out of my four walls. I didn't want to talk to anybody because I was basically angry at the world.
So how did you get out of that?
I was looking at myself and I was saying to myself, Brian, this is not you. You can do better. You can do better than before.
And when people like Brian make that decision, Dottie St. Amand is there to help.
It takes a lot of courage for someone to pick up that phone or to walk through the door.
She works with Lighthouse Southwest Florida, a United Way partner agency that helps guide people with vision loss toward independence. It starts with emotional healing, then rehab, and ultimately relearning everyday parts of life.
And so across those disciplines, we have talented, credentialed team members who help the clients with each step of the way.
Can you imagine where you would be without Lighthouse?
Oh man, I'll be honest with you, I think I wouldn't be in this world at this moment.
So let's go back to that busy Lehigh Acres intersection. Brian had a choice: stay where he was or go forward and push himself.
I want to prove to the world, if I can do it, anybody else can do anything in their lives.
And he's been walking down that road ever since.
I'm not just thinking of myself, I got to think of her and my family.
Today, Brian lives with and takes care of his daughter. He cleans the house, does his own grocery shopping. And oh yeah, he taught himself how to play the drums.
When I have like a lot of stress or thinking about a lot of things, I just come here and I forget about the world.
Most of his time, though, is spent in the kitchen.
And after this, you're gonna say hallelujah.
He makes sandwiches and sells them over social media.
We call it la tripleta. That means it comes with 3 types of different meats.
He's saving up to one day open his own restaurant.
Let's go, honey. Let's go.
If you meet Brian walking down his road, he doesn't want you to feel bad for what he can't see. He wants you to be proud of his outlook.
Don't let the negativity take over you. Just think about at that moment, something that makes you happy is either your kids, your family, or something that makes you smile. Always have that positivity. Somebody loves you and is gonna be proud of you.
Brian has 2 main goals right now. He wants to open that restaurant, and he's also saving money for a surgery that he hopes will be available in a few years that'll help him see again. You can help him out by buying his sandwiches, and I have his contact information on my Facebook page. That's Chris Shaw, Fox 4.